Lynn Cleaver, mum to Jeremy.
Malcolm Munson, Jeremy's father.
Okay, Jeremy has suspected viral encephalitis, which he contracted when he was 6 years old, which has left him with residual symptoms, which include refractory epilepsy, explosive behaviours, and a diffuse brain injury.
What sort of explosive behaviours are you talking about?
Jeremy's a bit inclined to fly into rages that he has no control over whatsoever. So we've seen him jump out of moving vehicles. We've seen him lash out at us, his family and his support workers, and just a level of agitation that he has no control over whatsoever. Jeremy averages around between 300 and 400 tonic-clonic seizures a year, so generalised seizures. So he can have up to 4 or 5 a day or have a couple of days off, but they've been uncontrolled since he was diagnosed. Last year we decided to start cannabis when our neurologist suggested to us we try a sedating type of medication for Jeremy on top of his anticonvulsants, and we refused that and decided to give cannabis a shot.
Were you worried about it, Malcolm, at all?
It was a big worry. It's new ground. Everything is experimental, but there's heaps of information online and a really good backing of people that have used it and their epilepsy's being controlled by it. So we just drove in like you would a prescription medication.
So we home grow Jeremy's cannabis. We infuse the plant matter into an MCT oil. He has that 4 times a day. He drinks it, he just has it off a spoon. And we've managed to replace over 2/3 of his anticonvulsants with the cannabis therapy, which is brilliant.
So you've seen results from it?
We've seen very good results. The first night he was on cannabis, he actually slept for the first time in 15 years for the whole night. Normally he'd be up hourly, and he got a full 6 hours sleep the first night he was on cannabis. We've seen controlling his seizures.
What sort of relationship have you got with Jeremy?
Jeremy has a brilliant quality of life, and we've always strived to offer him the best that he can have, so that he can be the best that he can be.
What sort of pressure has it put on you as a family?
It's natural for the mum to possibly worry a little bit more. We tend to get a little bit more emotional, but it's been quite stressful for the younger boys as well. They're worried about the police knocking on the door, and we're not as fearful of the repercussions of the law as we are of losing Jeremy to the next seizure. So we know we're doing the right thing for him. All we need is for a government to back us a little bit. It's a great thing that Tasmania may be involved in the trials that are happening in New South Wales, but that does nothing to protect users in Tasmania at the moment. And what we found is that a lot of people are just too fearful of the law to try and gain relief through cannabis, so that they're suffering because they're afraid. And that's no way for a person who's unwell or ill to live. So if there's an opportunity for cannabis to perhaps provide relief, we would hope that the government could set up even a basic register where people could register what they're using, how they use it.
The government seems to think, because there's only 1 or 2% of us that speak up, the government seems to think it's a small thing, but I would go as far as saying hundreds of thousands using it already, and they're just too scared to speak up.
We would want Jeremy to be well and healthy, but he's not. So we take every measure we can to keep him as safe as we can.